everything. I'll give you everything. All my empty promises, every goddamn word. Anything, I'll do anything. Blood oaths and pinky swears, chapter and verse. Go easy on me, please. Go easy on me. Everything, I had everything once upon a time, but not anymore. Anything, I'd give almost anything to see your face again. Hear you knock on the door. Go easy on me, please. Go easy on me. That's all I ask of you. Go easy on me when I'm feeling blue. Go easy on me. Please.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Live Community Review. Did not have my mic set up yet. A little behind today. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. We got a big crew, so I'm going to try to jump right in. But yeah, welcome to Live Community Review. This is a live event we do here in the Indie Music Feedback group. And everybody gets to share a song that they made or are working on. And we will give you feedback in real time. And it can be any style, can be any genre, it can be any skill level, it can be any state of the song. So you can have something you're still writing or something that's already released and anything in between. Just let us know what kind of feedback we can give you. So if you're still writing and want some help with lyrics or arranging or composition, or if you're mixing and you need some technical help, or if it's already released and you just want some hype, we can do that too. Just let us know what you're looking for. So when it's your turn, just have something ready to go to say about your song. So tell us a little bit about the song, where you're at with the process, and what kind of feedback we can give you. And for giving feedback, we just ask that everybody sticks around the whole time and gives feedback on every song. So sometimes people will ask for feedback you're not really qualified to give. Like if somebody's way better at mixing than you, it's okay to not have like technical feedback and just give the best feedback you can, whether it's just kind of like what you like about the song, or maybe something sticks out that you don't like. You can point out and maybe have a suggestion of something different that they can do. Yeah, but the whole idea is keep it constructive and helpful. And the whole idea is we all get better at this music thing and hopefully release more music if that's your goal. Okay, and first up today we have Dude Boot. Yes, Dude Boot. Hell yeah. Hype. So yeah, let us know a little bit about your song. All right. So he says, this is the first song I've recorded in months, hence why I've been gone for so long. So I may be a bit rusty, but I'm making a new R&B album, and I'd love to get some feedback on the mixing and production before I prepare it for release. All right. Get hype, y'all. We get to start off with a banger. Here is Dude Boot.
Take it now. Yeah, I wish it was easy, but it's not. I'll take it now, but I don't know how. Yeah, I wish it was easy, but it's not. Where do I go when I can't keep me safe? What can I do because I feel insane? Just wait it out, cause every rainy day will go away. Am I ever gonna stayed on my mind, despite all the times I deny what I like. I can't seem to find a good reason I try to just say goodbye when I know it's a lie. 'Cause all of the times that you stayed on my mind, despite all the times I deny what I like, I can't seem to find a good reason. I try to just say goodbye when I know it's a lie.
All right, get to hear from Dude Mood after a long while. It's great to have you here. It's great to hear new music from you. I really like it. I like the more subdued R&B style versus the more aggressive dance pop stuff that you've done before. I think that I really like the production and the mix. I think it's more mellow than stuff you've done before in a good way. Fits more that more emotional R&B side of your style, and I think it was a really good mix in production. I think if it's mastered already, I would push the limiter a little bit harder and just bring the threshold down and just kind of hit it a little bit harder. If it's not mastered yet, then I think it's going to sound absolutely fantastic when it is. But yeah, that's all. I didn't hear like individual things you should be tweaking very much, just more like overall the master can be pushed a little bit harder, I think, with the limiter. But I think it sounds great. And if you're going to make a whole album of this style, I can't wait to hear it. I think it'll be great. But yeah, thank you for sharing, and thanks for going first. And yeah, thanks. All right, awesome. So next up today we have California. All right, so this is a finished track, but any evaluations will be useful for future tracks. All right, cool. Here is a finished one from California.
another Marcy.
All right, that was California. Loved it. That was a great indie track. I'm in the camp with everyone else that the drums could be a little louder. But honestly, with indie kind of chill style, it doesn't have to be louder. Like, they work how they are just fine. Like, it's I guess it's more modern to have louder drums, but for the style and the song, I think it was just right. But I would say louder drums in general I prefer, just because I love loud drums. Even rock, all kinds of music, I love loud drums. But I think for the style, it works really good. And I think that the way the vocals were mixed were perfect. And I loved all the synths in that. Yeah, my everything's screwed up from the last stream when I tried to do that video and it wouldn't work. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's great. I think it really works the way it is. And I guess with everybody saying louder drums, that's probably a good idea. But yeah, like I said, I think it works the way it is really well. And I like the song a lot. The song is great. The arrangement, the breaks, the different synths, and the synth bass I think was really nice too. So everything you did was really, really good on that one. Really like it. All right, beautiful. So next up today is Kirby Cat. Who next? I just download that was. Don't do that to me. Okay, so Kirby Cat says, so I'm working on my own indie game. Cool, and any good game needs good battle tracks, so this is one of them, Love Can't Save. Heavily inspired by Undertale. I'm thinking about making it longer in the future. Any feedback is great. Mix is kind of raw still. All right, here is Kirby Cat. right. Nice upbeat one from Kirby Cat. Yeah, definitely can see boss vibes from that one. And I love the chords. It's really interesting chords in that one. It gives it kind of like a uncomfortable, dark kind of feel, which goes great for boss music. It's also like kind of happy and upbeat, and so it's like also kind of contrasting, but I think that's good. I think it's a good style of music, and I think it works for boss music definitely. I would say for like a final mix down for this, I would go slightly quieter on the melodic synths and a little bit louder with the bass, and keep the drums nice and loud, just to give it like a little bit more of like a darker, crunchy feel. And I like the melodies and I like everything you're doing. I just would make them slightly quieter in comparison to the drums and bass, just so it gives it a little bit more of like a crunchy, dark, ominous kind of feel for a boss battle. But I think I can picture like a shoot 'em up game where you're like flying one of the planes, shooting stuff, or like a guy running and lots of explosions going on. So I think it definitely works for game music and a boss fight for sure. So yeah, like a Contra type game or something, I could see that being perfect for. All right, that was Kirby Cat. Next up, we have Rotten Cabbage, aka Another Word for Noise. Okay, Rotten Cabbage says, hey folks, here's a song from Another Word for Noise called Stay True. We're getting close to wrapping things up for our album. Looking for any mix feedback on this. If anything sounds off or anything like that, keep going back and forth on the clean guitar, if it should come up or not. Undecided about backing vocals during the chorus. Hopefully the ending kind of makes sense. Any thoughts you might have are welcome. Thanks. All right, awesome. Here is Rotten Cabbage and Another Word for Noise.
Don't be late. Good things come to those who wish to wait. It's not a race. This game called life we play. You're so concerned with being best. Me, I try to strive for second place. 'Cause in the end, this is what you really need. Your broken friends now only show hostility to you. So take your that nothing else matters. Guess that's just too much to ask from you.
All right. That was Rotten Cabbage, another word for noise. Oops. Oops. That's great. I really like the song. It's really upbeat and catchy, and I love the vocals and the chorus. For me, for the mix, I would say I would bring the acoustic guitar down, and if possible, I would say like some panning on the guitars would be nice. It's hard with just one acoustic guitar to like pan it all the way left or something, but I would try just with the different guitars, maybe spreading them out a little bit. But the acoustic guitar I would turn down a little bit. I think it's a little bit loud in the mix. And the snare, I was thinking the snare, I would bring like some of the brightness off the snare and a little bit more body to it. It sounded almost different at the end. Like at the very end, it almost sounded like it had more body to it. But I think it's just because it was out on its own for a minute and it had that fill and stuff. But anyway, I think just that's what I would do. I think the kick has nice low end and punch and stuff. So I would just try to get the snare a little less bright, a little more body, and bring the acoustic guitar down just a little bit. And I think it'll be sounding really, really good. But yeah, if you can do more panning on the guitars, I think that would help too. Maybe like double track some electric guitars or something if you didn't do that already. Kind of the standard move for those wide guitars. But if you do have like the acoustic and the electric going at the same time, you could pan those out too. Like maybe put the acoustic the opposite side of the hi-hat or something like that. But I think it's sounding really good. Okay, awesome. So next up today we have George Alexander. I'm excited to hear what you've got today. All right, so he says, here is a remix I did for a contest. Let me know what you think. Awesome. Here is George Alexander.
Far
All right, that was George Alexander remixing something for a contest. It sounded amazing. I'm not sure the original song, but I really like that. That sounds really, really good. I would say the only thing for me was in the first chorus, the synth, like the main pad synth, not exactly a pad because it's more rhythmic, but I was thinking it could be kind of like smoothed out with like another pad underneath in the first chorus, and then at the end you were doing it differently. It was like there was a little bit more like resonance, or what's the right word, release. There was like more release on the synth at the end, and was like a little bit more chopped up, and I thought it sounded cooler at the end than it did in the first chorus. So maybe just take that pad from the end and use that for that first chorus, or just add like another layer underneath that kind of like smoothes it out, because the first chorus was like a little bit choppy sounding versus the end it was like more smoothed out. So I would go for like a little bit of a layer that kind of smooths things out in that first chorus. But otherwise, I think it sounds perfect, and I really, really like it, and I like the flow and all the synth choices and everything, like I was saying. So that's the only thing I would change, is just kind of smooth out that first chorus. But yeah, for me, that sounds great. And yeah, I'm hoping this week to work on the tracks that you sent me. Hopefully I can find time this week. I'm really behind on projects right now, but yeah, that was awesome. Really great to hear that. Okay, so next up today we have Eno. I don't think I downloaded your track yet. Okay, Eno says, hey everyone, this is a track called Same Blood. I'm writing it about past and present Northern Ireland, my country. The bridge is a little bare for now and needs more sauce, but I thought I'd submit it as is. As per my usual rushing, I threw on a quick master and exported, so if anything is too loud, let me know. All right, here is Eno.
Blown up buildings.
Do you know who would be responsible for the problems in Northern Ireland?
Probably Saudi.
You don't see any sort of solution in the near future?
Send them all back and let them blow each other up.
they can't understand, they aren't listening. We bleed the same blood from the same scars. My memory of history was written on your face. I won't hold hatred in my heart. And time moves on. I pray to God that we can be the future we promised. The same blood from the same scars. If they can't understand, they aren't listening. We bleed the same blood from the same scars. My memory of history was written on your face. I won't hold hatred in my heart. And time moves on. I pray to God that we can be the future we promised. Time moves on. I pray to God that we can be the future we promised. Time moves on. I pray to God that we can be the future we promised.
All right, that was Eno. That was special. I think definitely a different just impact behind that one. It's nice to hear songs about healing. I think this one definitely made me feel a lot of emotion, and I think I really like it. It's hard to feedback it. I think that for the mix, I think maybe like a little bit more of the vocals, and maybe the sample can be a little bit louder in the beginning. But I think as far as the writing goes in the song, it's really good, and it's really emotional, and I'm struggling to say good words because it just got me in my feels out of my thinking head. So yeah, I think that is really good, and I really hope you finish it and release that one. I think the song needs, or the world needs, more songs like this. And yeah, honestly, I just feel like the whole world is going through it right now, and we need songs like this. So thank you for making it, and thank you for sharing it, and I hope that you release it. Oh yeah, I totally agree. The everyone was mentioning that high vocal, and I totally agree. The layering of the vocals was really, really good. It seemed like the background vocals had a lot more reverb than the foreground vocals, so I would maybe pull one towards the other, either add more reverb for the main or a little less reverb on the background vocals. But yeah, they sound amazing. The layering sounds really, really good. So yeah, more vocals in general. Okay, awesome. So next up today we have Stripey. Striped McCoy. Very good. This is... There we go. Okay, so Stripey says, so as most of you know, Serum 2 dropped last week. I've pretty much spent every free afternoon since messing around and making synths and basses, and this track is what came out of all of that. And it was a cool excuse to try my hand at some breakcore since I've been listening to a lot of it lately. Nice. All right. So I'm also getting used to SonarWorks Reference 4. So the mix may be loud again. Minus 10 lefts according to Yulene. The vocals might be considered buried at times for the vibe, but yeah, just let me know what you think. All feedback is appreciated as always. All right. Here we go with Striped McCoy. That. Oh man, it wasn't long enough. It was really good. I really like that. Yeah, it was like just like make it a minute longer and be perfect. That's really good. It sounds, I mean, it sounds really, really, really polished and well thought out. I don't know if I have any like mixed notes for that. I think it's pretty much perfect. I liked the way that the vocals were mixed too. Kind of like they had this really smooth, watery feel to it, which goes great with the really aggressive drums. So yeah, I don't know. I got no notes for that. That sounds really, really good. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna buy Serum today. I've been like spending the last 2 weeks like looking at my credit card like, can I do it? Can I do it? I think I'm just gonna do it. I feel so left out of all the Serum 2 hype. Yeah, I don't have Splice, so I'd end up paying double if I did the rent to own. I've thought about it, but I don't want Splice. I don't want to sign up for Splice, so I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to pull the trigger today, put it on my credit card, and pay it off a year from now. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I would love to get my hands on Stripey presets. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was awesome. Not just hype for Serum 2. Okay, so next up today we have Fackwell, aka Vessel Me. Make sure I have the right one. Okay. He says, hello, LCR. This track is more of an idea that I want to flesh out. I didn't have the time to do so yet, so get ready for 1 minute of unfinished music. You can feedback on ideas for the track, mixing, if elements are clashing, or anything else you hear. I sampled Talk Talk for this. Might be quiet in volume since it isn't mastered yet. All right. Beautiful. Here is Fackwell. All right, short and sweet. That was Fackwell with a little work in progress for us. I really like the vibe of that. I was thinking that if you have like a saxophone VST or something like that, or like some saxophone samples you could use, I think that would be perfect for this vibe, like just a ripping sax that starts up at some point. But that's sounding really, really good. But that's what I was thinking for a lead that could come in, is like a ripping sax, tenor sax. But yeah, I really like the vibe and I like the way it's going. The drums and bass sound really cool. And that organ, I really like that organ. But the organ is what made me think of the sax, just like as like a 70s jazzy fusion type thing. But yeah, love the vibe. Definitely work that one out and finish that one. That's a really cool track. Definitely like a more unique vibe than I'm used to hearing. So yeah, that's refreshing. Kind of a throwback type feel. Okay, so next up today we have Nice Rocks Velvet. I'm not sure if that's how the right way to say your name. Should I use that as a E? Nick 8 Rocks Velvet. Just like it looks. Okay. Okay, so between February 14th and 15th, I made an LMMS demo version for my upcoming experimental soca track called Lima Dice that is planned for Zizek Orgex. That's the DAW that Nick 8 is making. The LMMS version showcases the soca-based polyrhythmic direction, and it's designed to break the conventional rules of soca music, like variable pitch-based conga rhythms and that are intentionally broken, larger electronic-based engine room, equivalent to the rhythm section, and unconventional rhythms, emotional transitions, unexpected key changes, cluster chords, sometimes shrill moments, a mix of jazz, Afrobeat, B-brew-esque, panorama, chiptune, avant-garde, and a lack of carnival and party lyrics. Most of the melodic sequences and chord progressions are not part of the original draft. It's just ideas for the demo and nothing more. Expect for some future changes to this project sooner or later. It's time to see what the Yamaha OBL2 can do without overheating itself. Is that a hardware synth? Anyway, here we go. Here's Nick 8 Rocks Velvet with Lima Dice. All right, a little experimental stuff there. I'm a fan of this one. I think for me, compared this one to the last one we heard, the only thing I would say is this one didn't experiment a lot with low end sounds. It was mostly high end. The last one had a little bit more variety of glitchy high end sounds and some low end textures. So I would consider that, maybe not for this one, but just in general for the style, to kind of bring in some low end now and then. Not that there wasn't any, but just I think there could be a little bit more. But I really, really like I think they're congas, just all the hand drums in general in that. The different rhythms, the polyrhythms, the distortion effects, bit crushing, whatever you're doing to the hand drums, detuning and stuff, all sounds really, really cool. I really, really like that aspect of that particular song. And yeah, those were like the coolest sounds to me in that track, were the different hand drums and the way that you distorted them and detuned them and all that. Really enjoyed that. But yeah, thank you for sharing and helping me say your name correctly. And yeah, hopefully we will have you here again next time. And next up today, we have Reality Check, aka Sabetsuki. Mitsuki. All right, so Reality Check says, so me and one of my best friends are making a game. It's a JRPG style game inspired by Earthbound and Final Fantasy, and I'm doing all of the art, music, and writing. Wow. The project is very early on at the moment, but I've already made a few songs. This is going to be the main theme of the game that will play on the title screen. The very last section, when the vocals come in, needs work, and I may even extend it longer, but I was in a bit of a rush to get a long enough version for LCR today. Let me know what you think. All right, awesome, something different. Here we go. pause, reality check with a nice, soothing, beautiful game theme. Yeah, that was really, really great. I was really, really enjoying it, and then the vocals came in and I was like, oh my god, this is like even better now. So definitely extended that vocal section. That was really beautiful. And I really got a lot of your sound coming in when the vocals came in. I guess just because it's your voice and I recognize it, but musically it just seemed like your sound started really coming through when the vocals came in. So yeah, definitely extend that part. That sounds really cool. And definitely fits with the first part of the theme too. Takes it in kind of a different direction in a really good way. So yeah, great job. I would love to see any updates on the game, like your art and stuff. I'd love to see that. But yeah, I'm sure most of us here would love to play that game. But yeah, thanks for sharing. I was not expecting, that was the complete opposite of what I was expecting. So that's cool. That was cool to hear. Okay, so next up today is Zell. Got you here. Okay, Zell says, I found a sample that Madlib flipped and turned it into my own beat. What kind of singing is that, man? Is just me rapping over it? I'd appreciate any feedback on the style I'm aiming for. Someone who is cool and confident, but also does some clownery. Similar vibe to Matador, one of my early songwriting blitz submissions. Additionally, any advice on mixing, especially vocal mixing, would be helpful since I recorded this in a different room. I'm considering making this a weekly challenge to create beats and verses for a month to refine my style. Nice. Oh, we get lyrics too. Okay, cool. Here is Zell. Do that.
What kind of singing is that, man?
What kind of singing is that, man? What kind of singing is that? What kind of singing is that, man? What kind of singing is that? Who has flows for those who all oppose? Who brings heat and won't get left in the cold? Who can't pick his nappy afro? Might need to switch and get some cornrows. Nah, fuck cornrows. Now fuck y'all bros who be dissing my fro and my ugly ass toes. Yeah, I'm petty, so I got a petty and I stole your girl. The trophy looks like a Yetis and made her wanna hurl. I might be a dork and I might be a lame. I might look like an orc, but I still pick up the dames. This is not D&D, we ain't playing the game. Not 20s on the honeys, I don't need your persuade. If you try to parry, you'll get a house of pain. Don't wanna play grit ball? Stay on your lane. You don't wanna walk away with the hunch and the cane, looking like the hunchback of Notre Dame. Listen bro, you better get ready. It's gonna hurt, gonna make you all jelly. When they see me walking down the street, they gon' shoot up the air with confetti. I'm a queen, the crown is heavy. Surprise, let's rewind to when I got a petty. I'ma look real pretty, I'ma look like Freddy. Don't stop me now. Yeah, I can't stop. Y'all can't stop me, I got the song locked. And if you try, then you're gonna get popped. Popped with the belt, cause I don't own a Glock. Booty Tang vibe, even though I never watched. And looking at my watch, turns out I'm kinda late. I gotta go and take your mama out on a date. Shit, I gotta be there at 8. But don't worry, little bro, I'll bring home a plate. I'm gone.
All right, that was Zell. That was great. That was very entertaining. I love the vibe and the delivery of the lyrics. It's very just like funny and fun and yeah, just cool, good time. And I I like the lyrics. I think there was a couple spots the vocals got kind of tripped up rhythmically, but for the most part, it was dead on delivery. And I like, although, like, talking back to yourself and like making fun of yourself as the song goes. I think those moments work really good. At the end, it was kind of getting distracting with the instrumental, with the vocals in the instrumental kind of mixing with the vocals, but for this type of track, it still works really good. It's like a little bit distracting, but it's fitting the lighthearted feel of the song. So it all works. But yeah, love to hear more vocals from you because those were great. And yeah, you're great at putting together the beats, so that part solid. Yeah, nice job. Okay, so next up today we have Koyomi. Okay, so Koyomi says, so this is a waltz made by me, inspired by Shostakovich second waltz. Not as fast though. This is me imagining winter and a few phases of what winter might be like for different people. I tried mixing and humanizing it in Reaper today, so would also like some mix and master feedback. Did a Ozone Master. Nice. All right. Here is Koyomi. Sorry, wasn't paying attention to stop it. That sounds great. That was really good. I like the song, but I want to comment on the mix because it sounds really good. it's very loud and present, and I know you don't usually do like a mix and master for LCR tracks, so it just sounds like very loud and full and beautiful, and it's great to hear stuff come together like that and have it be so, you know, well mixed and mastered and stuff. So I mainly just wanted to comment on that, how good it sounds. But the song itself, it's a cool waltz, and it was a little different, like a little bit more aggressive, I want to say, than some of the other waltzes I've heard you doing that are more kind of like traditional dancey waltzes. So this was a cool sound. I really like the direction you took this one. All right, so next up today we have JW. We're getting down to it now. Yes, I agree. That could be longer. That could be like a full 5-minute-er. I think that would work too. Okay, so JW says, today I'm sharing an unfinished death metal track called Change of Perspective. I'm still in the process of recording vocals for the clean section, but the rest of the composition is done. It's really quiet since it isn't mastered. I'm mainly looking for feedback on the mix. Is the low end prominent enough? Thanks. Okay, here is JW.
Shit.
All right, that was JW bringing the metal. That guitar solo was great. Definitely, yes, that stood out. But yeah, I think the overall track, it's done well. The arrangement is good. I like the flow of the song. I do think in the clean section, the guitar on the left had some timing issues that I would fix if I were you. I think when you have like very few things going on, then if something is like out of time, it'll stick out. So that did to me, the delay guitar on the left specifically. But that said, that was the only thing like performance wise that stuck out to me, so I wanted to call it out. But for mixing, I think the bass right now sounds like it's kind of clipping a little bit. So I would work on just kind of smoothing out the bass, taking off some of the highs. It doesn't need quite as much plucky, picky sound to it. I think that'll help smooth out the bass. And then I think the main rhythm guitar had a lot of reverb and it doesn't need quite so much. It's kind of just like washed out. You could almost not hear the rhythm guitar, the main electric rhythm guitar. But just small things. And then I think, yeah, those are the main things I think to kind of start with for the mix and then kind of work from there. Lots of other good feedback on the mix I saw, so lots of good stuff to work on. But yeah, just overall it's great stuff. Like I said, I really like the flow of that one, and the that quiet section was really cool, and the way you brought it back with the guitar solo I think was perfect. So good stuff. Just needs mixing love. Okay, y'all, we've made it to the final song of the day. We are going to hear from Cariad. I have been helping do some mastering for her EP that she's working on, so I will let her introduce this song. Okay. So she says, hiya, this song is from my upcoming EP. It's pretty much ready to go apart from mastering, which JT is currently working on. Just wanted to give it a test run and see what y'all think. Okay, this is called Discreet Love.
Tell Tell me everything I want to hear, baby. I don't want no discreet love, discreet love. Ooh, lately you've been on my mind. Oh no, you don't have to worry. We'll make it if we try. No discreet love, discreet love between us. No discreet love, discreet
All right, that was Cariad, Discreet Love. Yeah, I've been working on masters for those, which I'm really happy to get to work on that. They're great songs and very fun to work on the mastering for those. But yeah, all the songs are really good. I can't wait till she releases the EP. It's going to be great. And so yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I don't have anything new to show you guys. I will share a link for my upcoming 2-song release. I have a couple of workout songs, gym songs for your spin class playlist. Yeah, so if you want to hear those, there's a pre-save for Spotify for those. Will be coming out in 2 weeks on the 11th. And yeah, hopefully I'll have these masters done for Cariad this week, so then we can get final revisions and then she'll be able to release them. It'll be awesome. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining today's LCR, and for all the great music and all the great feedback. And hopefully I'll have something new for you guys next week. We'll see. This week I did not get much music. Well, I finished up 2 tracks and sent them off to publishing, so I guess that's a lot to finish. I just didn't work on anything new, so it feels like I didn't do anything this week, even though I did. Okay, anyway, thanks everybody for joining, and we will see you again next time. I think William Axe is still on vacation this week, so next LCR will be next Sunday. So I will see you all then, and hopefully hear some new music from y'all. All right, thanks everybody. And